Happy fall! Today we are going to make a primary colors scarecrow picture. So as you can see, we have two scarecrows here, a boy and a girl scarecrow. And when we make this today, we are going to be focusing on organic shapes and lines when we make our girl scarecrow, and straight lines and shapes when we make our boy scarecrow. We're also going to focus on space and balance. So using our space in our paper well, balancing by putting the scarecrows next to each other on the page, and also balancing the colors. And while I'm talking about colors, we're also going to be talking about primary colors and using the primary colors as a focus of our color scheme when we color in our scarecrows. So let's get started. For this, we are going to need a piece of paper. You will need a pencil, and you will need some crayons as well. Look at my big set of crayons here. I love this set. You could also grab a marker if you would like to. I am actually going to skip the pencil and draw with marker to start so that you can see it. But if you'd rather do it with a pencil first, in case you make any mistakes and you want to erase, you can do that. All right, so let's get started. We are actually going to start by taking our paper, having it the long way, the horizontal way, and then folding it in half. Okay, this is going to help us know where the center of our paper is so that we can balance it out well when we start drawing. So I can kind of see that crease right there in the middle. And then I know one side of my paper is going to be for my boy scarecrow and one side of my paper is going to be for my girl scarecrow. So we're going to start with this side, our left side, with the boy scarecrow. And I'm going to find kind of near the top of my page. Remember, I want to use my space well. And right there, I'm going to draw a U shape. Okay. And let's draw the face inside of the scarecrow. So I'm going to make two circles for eyes. Make them the best you can. And then a triangle for the nose, and a curved line, like a smile for the mouth. And I'm going to add some lines to it, like it stitches on the scarecrow's mouth, right? Because the scarecrow has lots of stitches, like it's been sewn up. All right, now let's give it a hat. So we're going to make a horizontal line going across the top of the face there. And then two diagonal lines on both sides pointing inward. From those diagonal lines, we'll do another horizontal line. So that's the brim of the hat. Now we'll do two short vertical lines going up from that line up there. And then another horizontal line going across. Then we can draw another little horizontal line here, like he has a little band on his hat. Okay, now let's draw the scarecrow's body. More straight lines here. Right from the neck, I'm going to make a horizontal line going across, another one going across on both sides of the head. Then a vertical line down, a short vertical line down. Maybe make it a little longer. And then another horizontal line across, but this time it doesn't come all the way in, just part of the way in. Probably like just a little bit outside of where the head is. And then we're gonna bring our vertical line down very far, but leave some space at the bottom. You don't bring it all the way to the bottom. Now we are going to make two horizontal lines that are short near the bottom. Of course, these are going to be the pants, the legs, and try to make them about the same. and then a diagonal line up and another diagonal line up to make a triangle shape there. All right, now let's add, these pants are actually gonna be overalls. So we're gonna add 2 long rectangle shapes up near the top here. So vertical line, horizontal line. And then on this side of the head, vertical line, horizontal line. Try to make them about the same width. I'm gonna add a little circle on the bottom of each of those for buttons, and then we'll add a little curvy line right through each of those. Like, will kind of look like they're connected, but not right through the straps there. Okay, now we're going to add some straw on our scarecrow because the scarecrow is stuffed with straw. So we're gonna start up here, and I'm gonna make like a zigzag line, a jagged line coming down. And they don't have to be the same on both sides. Then another jagged line coming out of the sleeves. And on this side too. Try to balance it out on each side. And then a little jagged line around the neck. Like that. And then the legs, some jagged lines coming out of the bottom of the pants. All right, now we're gonna add the stick that the scarecrow is on. So down here between the legs, I'm gonna put 2 vertical lines coming down, but not all the way to the bottom. I'm leaving a little bit of a space. And at the bottom, I'm gonna make a curved line. That's gonna give our stick that it's on some form. So it looks like it's like a rounded post that the scarecrow is on. And then let's give it some detail, like it looks like a piece of wood or a log. So I'm gonna make like a little spiral. We learned about that already, spirals. And then like maybe another little line coming off of that. And then some vertical lines. And then it looks like a log. Let's do the same coming out from the hands because these arms have to be held up by something. So I'm gonna make 2 little horizontal lines this time, coming out from where the straw is on the arm, and then a curved line again. And then this time I'm just gonna make some vertical lines. And then we'll do the same thing on this side. If I'm ever going too fast, just pause it and catch up. 2 horizontal lines, a curved line, and then some little horizontal lines there. Now is the fun part where we get to add some decorations to our scarecrow. So a lot of times scarecrows have patches on their jeans and their overalls and their clothes because they're outside all the time and they get ripped up. So I'm just gonna add some shapes to this guy's overalls. So I have a circle, maybe a rectangle. Maybe this rectangle goes right off the side like that. And we want to put some stitches around it. So I'm going to put some diagonal lines, maybe double lines sometimes too. So it looks like they were stitched on. And maybe our scarecrow has a patterned shirt. You could leave it plain if you wanted. You could give it stripes if you wanted. I'm going to give my scarecrow a plaid shirt. You maybe have seen plaid before. So there'd be vertical lines. You got to find where the shirt is and put it. So I'm skipping over my overalls and not drawing lines on that. So I have vertical lines, and now I'm going to do horizontal lines. But remember, don't do the overalls. It gets kind of tricky right here. So you got to look carefully and work slowly like that. Maybe we'll put another one down here. It's kind of like a checked. And if I wanted, I could make like a couple double lines. So like this one's a solid one line. Now this one's two lines. One line, 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 two lines. That line got kind of close. Maybe I can do it like that. See, sometimes you make mistakes. Maybe I'll just make one line darker on each of them so that that one doesn't look out of place. That's how I fix my problems sometimes. Because as artists, sometimes we make mistakes and we just have to figure out how to fix it. Okay. There is my Scarecrow. That is a boy. Now we're going to move on to the girl Scarecrow. We'll do some lines similar, but we're going to do a few more organic lines on this one, which means those lines are not straight. They're not regular shapes. So they might be a little bit more curvy and wavy shapes. So let's start by using our space, and we want to balance it out. So we want our girl Scarecrow to be about the same size. So we're going to look and kind of eyeball, look with our eye, see where that head is, and kind of put our head in the same area. That U shape again. Now I'm going to maybe do a couple different things on this Scarecrow so that it looks a little bit different. So for the eyes this time, I'm going to make the eyes, I'm going to make them circle again. This time I'm going to just put two dots inside. Maybe these are button eyes. I'll color those in later so they look more complete. And then I'll do another triangle nose and that curved line for a smile with some stitches. Okay, now we're going to make a hat, and this hat is going to be more rounded and the lines will be more organic. So first we're going to take a line right across the top of the head and make it curved like that. And then I am going to go from that end line and make a curve going towards the head this way. The same with this side, curved going that way. That's the brim of the hat. And now this shape is going to make the hat look like it has form. It's going to make it look a little more 3D. Now from the corner, I'm going to make a diagonal line going up. And then another sort of curved line connecting those that are a horizontal line but kind of curved. And then up at the top we'll make a little arc, a little rainbow shape like that. And let's put one more little line here, another little horizontal line, so that can be the brim. See now how this looks like the hat is like sitting on her head, right? Okay, now let's make her body. So with this Scarecrow, we made very straight lines with corners. This shirt is going to be more organic and the lines are going to be more curvy. So I'm going to bring the horizontal lines out again on each side, but this time I'm going to curve the ends and bring them around. Just a part way, remember, we want to leave this space open. And then I'm going to make some wavy lines coming down on both sides of the arms. Just part way. This is going to be her sweater. And then a curvy line connecting them. Kind of look like her sweater's like flowing in the wind. And let's add one more wavy line down from the head to the bottom of the sweater for like where the sweater is going to button up. So then of course we need some circles here for buttons. Okay, now let's give our Scarecrow a skirt. So we're going to go from the bottom here. I'm going to go a little bit in so it looks like the sweater is going kind of over the skirt. So go in a little bit and draw a diagonal line and then a diagonal line that way. See how there's a little bit of the sweater coming up over the top? And then we'll make kind of another little like wavy line across horizontally connecting the two for the skirt. Now, just like we did with this scarecrow, we need to put this scarecrow on a post too. So we're going to take our vertical lines and make two of them next to each other coming down from the skirt, but not all the way to the bottom. And a curved line at the bottom so that this post looks like it's a cylinder. A cylinder is like the shape of a log. It's round. And then if you want to do another little spiral, you can for the wood. Maybe it's a wood knot and a little line. And then some vertical lines. And then let's add the straw next. We have to add the logs to the arms too, but I think we'll do the straw first. I forgot to do the straw after I did the body, so let's do that next. You could do the same straw that you did for this scarecrow with those zigzag lines if you'd like. I'm going to do a different kind of straw this time. If you want to try this straw, you can. And this is just tiny, skinny rectangles. Like that. Let me turn this side. And they might be different shapes and different widths, different sizes. And then let's give her some coming from her neck. They're kind of going all over the place there. We'll have some coming off of the side of her head. And then I'm gonna have a couple coming down here like bangs for her hair. But again, if you'd rather do the zigzag lines instead like you did for him, you can do that. Now we need to add the posts. So horizontal line coming from the top and the bottom, and then a curved line to show form, and then some little horizontal lines for the wood curved line. And there we go. Now, last thing that we're gonna do is add some patches to her clothes. So let's see, maybe I'll put a little rectangle down here with some little lines on there, some little stitches. You could put a heart. You can put any shapes you want. Here's where you can have a little bit of fun with it. And we'll put another little square in the corner like that. All right, now we are going to color it in. When we do that, we are going to use a color scheme of primary colors. And we've been learning about different types of colors. We learned about warm and cool colors. But today we're going to use primary colors. And the primary colors are red, yellow, and you know the last one? Brr, drum roll, please. I've got to find it in my box of crayons. I've got too many crayons here that I can't find the right color. Here it is. Blue. Red, yellow, and blue are the primary colors. So that is what we are going to use for our color scheme today. So not everything is going to be red, yellow, and blue, but we're going to color the majority of their clothes red, yellow, and blue. Let me take a look here at the one that I did earlier and see how I did the Scarecrow's overalls blue, his shirt red, and then I chose red and blue for his hat, and his face yellow. And then the other things, the other patches and the straw and the logs, I chose my own colors as little accents to stand out more. Now when I went over here, I wanted to balance it out. So to balance that out, down here my eye sees blue down here. So to balance it, I'm gonna put some blue up higher. So instead I did her shirt blue and her skirt red, and then I switched the colors on the hat so that my eye still sees the colors, but it balances itself out so that it's not lots of blue on the bottom and lots of red on the top. It's kind of mixed up a little bit. So I want you to try grabbing those primary colors and coloring the main parts of your Scarecrow with them, and then balancing them out. I'm gonna work on that right now. As you can see, I colored in my Scarecrows with the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. Remember, our primary colors are the colors that are the basic colors on the color wheel and the colors that all other colors are made from. So I balanced that out so that we have some red near the top of our picture and red near the bottom of our picture on this one. Maybe you decided to do it a little differently. Maybe you decided to have a red sweater and red overalls. Maybe you mixed it up a little more. And then I made my face as yellow because I felt like that made most sense for a Scarecrow. Now I'm going to color the rest of my Scarecrow with other colors just to give it some variety, so it's not just all red and yellow, because that might be sort of boring to look at. So I'm gonna grab, I think, some orange to start for the hay that's coming out of the Scarecrow's body and such. Maybe I'll make an orange nose as well, but I'm gonna push that a little darker so that that orange looks a little different. Maybe you might choose a darker yellow or a light brown of some kind for your hay. Okay, I'll do the same for hers. And then it's fun to get to choose the colors for the patches also. Okay, these are take a little more time to color in because you have to color each of these little shapes individually. Okay, oh, and let me get that nose too. Okay, how about the post here? I'm gonna get a brown to do that. Have you ever seen a Scarecrow? Have you ever made a Scarecrow before? My husband's parents own a pumpkin patch, and this time of year they have all their Scarecrows out, and a Scarecrow is usually out in a field where there's crops like corn or pumpkins or something like that, so that they scare those birds away that try to eat all the seeds and things. But now sometimes people just like to put them outside of their houses for decoration at fall time. All right, let's grab some colors for these patches, so the patches stand out. So I'll do green and, oh, I don't want red. Maybe I'll do a pink for this heart. And I'll do another yellow down here. perhaps a light blue or a teal of some kind. And grab another orange. It's kind of a dark orange, almost a red. All right, last thing I need to do is color in the eyes of the scarecrow over here because it looks kind of incomplete. I'm gonna choose black for that, like black buttons. And you know what? I always like to look over it all and see, did I get everything? And I forgot something. These buttons are still white. I'm gonna make those black too, since I have my black out. Always look it over, see if there's anything you missed. And there's my finished scarecrows. Aren't they so cute and festive? I love how we used our space. We used balance, our primary colors, and all of our cool lines. If you wanted to, you could make your scarecrows look like they're in a field or somewhere and make a background. I did that with my first one. I drew some long corn stalks just by drawing a straight vertical line and then some diagonal lines coming off of it, and some grass and the sky. If you want to add a background to yours, go for it. I cannot wait to see your scarecrows and what you create, so please post them on Seesaw so that I can see and have a fun time with it. Happy fall!